A bit of an unorthodox start to the HTL Coulters Cards 400 qualifying currently underway. 2.5 minutes gone by in the 10-minute session. And I know I might sound a bit unfamiliar. Rick James in the house, filling in for Carmen Sienna, who's feeling under the weather tonight. Something about a torn ACL. I don't know. We'll figure it out. Approximately 40 cars on offer tonight. Lily Pelletier Sharp, Shad Swatsworth, who just went top of the tree, 54.02 seconds. Zach Meredith finished his time as well. All of the drivers in the top 11 have completed their 2 laps. Scratch that, top 21 have now completed their laps. Check out the split. Let's go ahead and bring up the points coming into this playoff race. Patrick Oberstadt, Bren Roberts, Shad Swatsworth, nothing to worry about. They are in. Tucker Sawyer up 42 points from the cut. If you know Tucker from the ABN Champ Car World Series, you might think to yourself, well, he's not that great on ovals. We'll see what he does here. I talked to Tucker a little bit before practice while they were getting ready for qualifying, and he was confident in his skill. But, of course, this being Talladega, absolutely anything can happen. Josh Gaiman in the number 61, currently taking time. He has yet to put a time up on the board. 28 cars, including Matt Vorndren, have completed time. The West Virginian on his second lap right now. We'll see just how good he can do. Lily Pelletier Sharp, 13th on the chart. She'll be done with her qualifying run. Riley Garcia completed time. Tucker Sawyer's completed his time. Shad Swatsworth still top of the tree by 9 1/1000ths of a second, down to Dale Markowski. He's completed his time as well. Josh Gaiman will put his time up onto the board. That's good for 33rd. Hunter Peach also completing his lap times in the Sour Patch Camry. 30th on the board. 40 cars exactly are on the time charts. And 5 minutes have gone by in the qualifying session. If you just tuned in, you have not missed a thing. Don't be alarmed. Things might be a little unorthodox tonight. Don't worry about it. I'm Rick James in the house, taking over for Carmen Sienna tonight. Regular service will resume next week. Let's take a look at those upcoming events. The Michigan 400, 125 laps at the 2-mile oval. That's next Monday, followed by the Texas 350, the last race before Halloween. I wonder if there's going to be a spooky theme for that one. That'll be fun. 145 laps at Texas. The Chicago Street Course in a few weeks. The Grant Park 200. Can't wait to see these next-gen cars there. Followed by Charlotte, and then Echo Park Speedway, or Atlanta, on the 17th, 167 laps there. This is the 11th HTL race at the Talladega Superspeedway. If this is your first iRacing event, it's going to look just like it does on Sunday afternoon. It's probably going to be a bit crazier than that. Running stages. I'm normally used to broadcasting the Gen 4 cars on Thursday nights. So where they're going to be running stages here, 25.50 for your stages. Let's go to Kevin Gibney Jr. in the number 31. He's about to put his time down in the New England Patriots Chevrolet. It's a sports theme this week, so you're going to see a lot of different teams represented here. I know Kevin Feemster has his beloved tin caps on that race car. Gibney's going to be good enough for 37th. But, of course, at Talladega, really, none of this matters all that much. So far, 38 drivers have put up time, and another driver has joined our session as of late, so that's going to be 41 drivers are registered. We'll see if 41 attempt to take time. Ross Baxter and Angel Santiago are going to be taking their time now. They're leaving pit road. We're with Ross Baxter, who's coming out of turn number 2. Don't mind the ad for the iPhone that rudely interrupted my phone when I just opened that up. There goes Ross Baxter. As a matter of fact, I think I went to a race at Atlanta with Ross Baxter one time. What kind of cars are you driving? Let's find out. World's best camera angles, by the way. Just world class here. Great shot of those RVs. He's in the only short tracks, 38. Coming off turn number 4, he's going to try and do better than 38. That position's currently held by Gary Donaldson. Qualifying rounding up. We've got, 90 seconds to go in this qualifying session? There be everyone who has taken time thus far. Shad Swatsworth still ahead of Dale Markowski by 9 1/1000ths of a second as Ross Baxter turns on the clock. .54.015. Ross Baxter. I don't know why that says he started second. He hasn't started anywhere yet. We're going to find out. Off turn number 4, about to complete that first lap. And the clock says for Mr. Baxter. .54.069. How about 13th for Ross Baxter? A lot of these drivers starting in the 20s and the 30s. Angel Santiago puts his lap up. That's good enough for 34th. Ross Baxter now driving a diagonal line down the back straight. I don't know if this is going to be any quicker for him. Nope. And Ross Baxter has vanished into thin air. Okay. Well, that's going to wrap up qualifying, isn't it? So 10 minutes complete. We're going to get a 5-minute warm-up session. Don't go anywhere. We're going to stick around. We're going to take, let's see, can we take a short break here? You know what? I think that's out of my control. That's all right. We're going to make it work anyway. We're going to stick around. It's a 5-minute warm-up session. Don't go anywhere. We're going to let the drivers turn their laps. And in 5 minutes time, we're going to have our 82-lap event at the Talladega Superspeedway. About 1 minute 20 remaining in this warm-up session, and in the number 74 Mountain Dew machine, one Jeremy Brio. Fastest in the warm-up session, 49.56. We'll see what they can learn. Matt Vorndren in the number 81. What kind of Bulldogs are those? There's so many Bulldogs out there. You can never tell what Bulldogs he's running. Some sort of hockey team. I honestly don't even watch that much college hockey. I genuinely couldn't tell you. Somebody in chat tell me what team he's sponsoring. I don't know. He's based out of Rockford, Illinois, right? So it's got to be some sort of Bulldog there. Anyway. Brio leading. Zach Apperson now second in the warm-up thus far with just over, 10 seconds remaining in this warm-up session, and then it's 82 laps to the end of this one. Everybody going to do burnouts and tear the race cars up in the last few seconds, because Lord knows we're going to do plenty of that in the next couple of hours. Checkered flag waves over the warm-up, and once again, before we get this party started, these are the points headed into this race at Talladega. Patrick Oberstadt, Bren Roberts, Shad Swatsworth, safe. The wildcard drivers, Kevin Feemster, Bailey Thompson, Hunter Peach, Elias Flores, Kaylee Height, Olivia Pereira, Jeremy Brio on the outside looking in, but take a look at the gap from 16th down to 20th. It's only 7 points. That could change in an instant. We'll see just what happens. The cars are going to start their pace laps, and we're going to run 82 laps at this cathedral to speed. Don't go anywhere. HTL's back in a moment.
Hang on, we're not going green.
And the caution coming out. So we're going to start our pace laps here. Dale Markowski, Shad Swatsworth going to be on that front row, followed by Zach Meredith, Josh Sousey, third and fourth. Tommy Reynolds filling in for Cody Pennell. He's going to be driving the number 8. Cody actually showed me a screenshot of this race car, said finally won a race in it. So Reynolds, he's going to be starting off in that 6th position. Josh Arnold in the number 12 Auburn Machine, just down the street from McGee, Mississippi. He's going to be starting in the 9th position. Blake Galloway starting 11th. In the Steelers Victory Fuel Car, Bren Roberts in the number 83 Washington Commanders Machine. He loves his football. He'll be starting on the outside of row 7. Ross Baxter, we saw him qualifying. He's starting on the inside of that 8th row in 16th position. Tucker Sawyer, the IndyCar winner, with his beloved Texas Rangers on board his Camry. He's going to be starting on the inside of row number 10. Hunter Peach rolling off in the 29th position. He went for candy instead. Who loves a Sour Patch Kid? Austin Mongold from North Florida. He'll be starting in the 29th position in car number 29. Matt Vorndren rolling off in that 33rd slot. Here we go. It's a long run from the entrance of pit road to the start-finish line. Green flag will fly. We're going to turn these cars loose. What's the over-under before we get a caution, huh? Who wants to know? We're going to figure this out one way or the other. Don't you worry. Cars lining up for what's going to be a fantastic, thrilling race, as Talladega always proves to be. In the Fighting Irish number 6, Shad Swatsworth will start waiting for the lights to turn off on that Ford Mustang, and we'll go racing. One more time, let's take a look at the track facts. Green flag coming up in 60 seconds. Don't go anywhere. Tanner Lockhart's in the house. Knacker's in the house as well. Everybody in chat watching. Dale Markowski, Shad Swatsworth on the front row. I'm already overexcited. I thought they were going green last time by. I was dead wrong. They're going to go green this time by. Swatsworth will cross in front of pit road. The green flag will fly. We are racing at Talladega. How about views underneath the racetrack, huh? You don't get that anywhere else. But ABN, Shad Swatsworth on the inside. He will not lead lap number 1. That's going to go to Dale Markowski, but Zach Meredith goes to the inside in that 1.7 body armor machine. And that's how quickly your fortune can change. Markowski on the top side, Meredith to the inside. How about Shad Swatsworth in that number 6, giving a nudge to that 17. They're going to bump draft all the way down that back straight. Swatsworth in the 6, Reynolds in the number 8. Again, Tommy Reynolds substituting for Cody Pennell, who was otherwise not able to drive. Meredith now has the undisputed lead of this race, but now here comes the 24. Let's go on board with Josh. Sim racing or not, a lap around Talladega is just not for the faint of heart. Zach Meredith still leading in car 17 with Josh Soucy in the 24 behind him. Jeremy Brio in that 7-4 Taco Bell machine, making it a Chevrolet 2-3, and then it goes too wide behind him and everywhere else beyond. Josh Arnold, Chad Swatsworth side by side. Let's pick on Tommy Reynolds a little bit. Let's go on board with him. You saw a blink from the 87 of Callie Height. She's in the Elf machine, currently running in the 6th position right now. I think this year. It was this year, right? iRacing had that update where if you blink too much, what they call a packet loss, you'll get shoved out of the race and into pit road until your internet connection improves. Well, so far, no blinking. The 87 racing out of Brighton. Sunny Brighton. Fun little beach town in the south of England. While it's 3 wide chaos behind her. On board. Zach Meredith still having an undisputed control of this race so far. There you see the stage end, 25 laps. We're only 5 laps through, by the way. Only 5. We got to survive all the way to 25 without a caution. We've been caution-free so far, though. We'll see exactly what happens. Meredith, Soucy, Brio running 1, 2, 3. Further on back. Jason Scott in the 99, firmly planted right in the middle of this thing. Let's ride on board with him. Also, shout out Eli Sasek in that Detroit Red Wings machine. That's a slick-looking race car, and of course I'm biased. I do love the Red Wings, and there's a car going around. The number 3 of Oberstadt's gone around. Caution will fly. Big crash in turn number 3, and that's going to force a few drivers to use their fast repairs. Gary Donaldson's involved. Bren Roberts has been involved as well. Looks like Randall Pine might have caught a piece of that. We're going to have to go back and find out. This was huge. Lap number 7. Looks like Oberstadt might have got turned by the 23 Chelsea Carter. Let's go back and have another look. Yeah, let's slow this one down. Let's run this back. Keep your eye on that black 23, Chelsea Carter. It looks like Oberstadt does leave room, so let's slow this one down. On board with Carter. Nice shot of Ralph on the back end of the number 3. Shout out Ralph the dog. And it looks like Oberstadt's going to go up high. I don't know if he's going up high because he wants to or just because he's trying to make that move top side, but Oberstadt will go up high. And naturally, Carter's just going to follow that draft. But what was it? Net code. Let's run this back and get a different angle. Matter of fact, we can also go on board with Oberstadt. Let's do that. So right now we've got Carter. All right, we're going to run this at speed. Keep your eyes on the hands here, and let's see how the control of the race car is going. Tough call. It's not easy to drive. Let's have a look at this with Jason Scott in the double nine. He just got caught up at the end, and the Winnipeg Jets machine, one of the Ascent cars with the Red Wings machine of Eli Sasek, he also gets a piece of that too. One more look. It happens so quick. There's Jason Scott in the double nine. Almost made it through. And I think that was Chelsea Carter that caught a piece of him as well. Angel Santiago in the number 90 Indianapolis Colts machine. He tries to skate through, and he is going to go for a spin, but he doesn't hit anything. He's going to make it through just fine. I think Gary Donaldson caught a piece of this. Let's see what happened on lap number 7 to Gary. No, he just went off the track there. The Seminoles machine makes it through. Almost gets caught up by Santiago in the 90. So for the most part, looks like just the 23 of Carter, the 3 of Oberstadt got the biggest out of that one. Coming out of pit road, surprise, surprise, it is Zach Meredith. But actually, I don't think anybody came down pit road there. So Meredith still in control. It looks like everybody from 23rd on down went to pit road. That's going to put David Smeal in the number 54 Nitro machine. He's going to be the highest ranked of those that did pit. Kevin Gibney Jr., the last of those that did not. So if we get a green flag run, this could change things. Of course, we're only going to lap 25 before the stage caution comes out. Looks like Cody Pinnell subscribed as well. Shout out, Cody. I think he might be at a Falcons game right now as well. Wasn't there a Falcons car? There it is right there. Who's in the, what is that, the 26? No, that's the 25. Blake Henderson. Shout out, Blake. Falcons fan. Cody Pinnell, a Falcons fan as well. Blake out of Atlanta himself, currently running in that 25th position. Zach Meredith leading in the 1-7 with Jeremy Brio behind him. See if we can bother Zach Meredith for a quick word. Actually, we can't. That's okay. All right, lights are off atop the pace car. Asking, how's my son doing? I don't see him. He's probably talking about Tommy Reynolds in that number 8. Where is Tommy Reynolds? In the Fulham Football Club number 8. Finally coming out of pit road. Tommy will rejoin the running order in his black and gold Chevrolet Camaro. I was talking about this car earlier, by the way, Cody, if you're watching, if you're listening. Cody sent me a screenshot. He took this car to Victory Lane at Las Vegas. I was pretty proud of him. It says a lot about Cody Pinnell that he's a huge fan of Fulham Football Club as well, because it takes character to be a fan of Fulham Football Club. You got to be ready for the highs and the lows. I hope Tommy Reynolds is ready to take that on as well. Talladega will do that to you, and he's filling in bravely for Cody Pinnell. At the front, Zach Meredith, the Bills fan. He'll have control of the field. Josh Susi will be on his outside in the number 24 college football machine, and a whole fierce gang of cars behind them. Pace car's off. Hold on to whatever you got. We'll see how far they make it. We went 7 laps before yellow. We're only going to lap 25. Restart with 9 laps now complete. Let's go racing.
Green, 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 green.
I I tell you, we have the greatest camera angles in sim racing, bar none. Clean and green first lap after restart. Josh Susi now with the lead. 3 and almost 4 wide behind him. Josh Arnold starts the 2 wide. Blake Galloway now to his outside. One of those Ascent cars on the top side is Callie Heights also in this mix as well. Shad Swatsworth wants a big piece of this action. Cody said Jeezy's playing halftime. I saw Jeezy in Detroit a few weeks ago, so tell him I said hi. Josh Susi still well in control. Single file, top 5. Lily Pelletier Sharp in the Toulouse Football Club. Camry sits ahead of Shad Swatsworth, now makes single file top 6, and for what it's worth, Austin Mongrel just went purple, 49.21. He's got the fastest lap of the race so far, but he's smack dab in the middle of this hornet's nest, as my buddy Pete would put it. How do you survive this? These guys are going to settle, but we'll see for how long. Remember, we're going to lap 25, so it's just another 12 laps left until we go to the caution. Byron Jones in the number 60. He's up 30 places from where he started. Josh Gaiman did not start this race. Byron Jones is that 41st driver that did make it in. Jason Scott, who was involved in the last one, he's happy to be single file right now. Let's go on board with the Winnipeg Jets Chevrolet. With camera angles like that, I think we're going to see every angle of this racetrack well before the race is over. First through 29th are 1 second apart. Zach Apperson in the number 4 Tar Heels Ford sits ahead of Eli Sasek in the 9 Red Wings Camry. And everybody trying to just keep it together. Yeah, you see the ticker absolutely freaking out, because drivers are just changing positions left and right. How about a little manufacturer representation to keep the clock from just killing itself there? Josh Susi still ahead. Zach Meredith in second. Jeremy Brio running in third. 15 laps about to be complete at the Talladega Superspeedway. If you just tuned in, 1 caution on lap number 7. Steven Overstat went for a spin in the number 3. And he collected a few cars. No harm, no foul. We race on. All calm at the front. Bren Roberts went purple, 48.94. He's now running the fastest lap so far. But of course, that all depends on draft, doesn't it? Brady Q. Smith in the Las Vegas Golden Knights Camry, trying to find his way up the middle. Next driver in the pecking order in that lane is Callie Height in the 87 machine. Is that an Arsenal car up there? Who's driving the Arsenal machine? Is that David Smeal Jr.? That is David Smeal Jr. Good to see the Premier League represented. There's a couple football clubs represented. Smeal Jr. Rocking Arsenal in the 54. Where's Lily Sharp, the French pilot? She's got the Toulouse Football Club paint scheme there. Who's going to blink first? Drivers expected to go 27 to 30 laps on one tank of fuel. They're going to make it to the end of the stage on here. Of course, you have those that pitted on lap 8, those that did not. That's heavily going to influence the pit stop cycle when the drivers do decide to come in. Callie Height blinking all over the place. The 54 of David Smeal Jr., not his concern. Neither is it for Mark Kisenweather, who sits just ahead of that 87 machine, that brightly colored yellow and green number 2. Right in the middle, but not in the danger zone. At the back of all of this mess. Blake Henderson in the 25. Kevin Gibney Jr. in the 31. Gary Donaldson in the Seminoles double deuce. This is what the world looks like from his car. Alfred Denny in the Green Bay number 21 on the top side. He's hooked up with another Wisconsin car, the 95 of Josh Stoltz, rocking the Milwaukee Brewers paint scheme. The Wausau, Wisconsin driver now has to check up Tucker Sawyer in the 97 Rangers car. He's in trouble. Just making contact with the wall. Apologies if you've got any frame rate issues here. We're going to fix that. It's not you, it's me. I'm sure you've heard that a lot. In the 81, Matt Vorndren. He's got some damage on the front end of his race car. He's just hoping to chill out, not get into any more scuffs. He needs to keep that race car clean for the rest of this event. And at the front, Jeremy Brio sits behind Zach Meredith, who sits behind Josh Susi. It's been this status quo since we restarted. That was 10 laps ago. About a quarter of the way through this race, 21 of the 82 laps underway. Randy Payne in the number 91. Buccaneers machine. And I love this paint scheme because it looks a lot like the... Oh, there's a huge crash as we're talking about Randy. In the Evernham numbered 91, we stay green. No yellow thrown. Kisenweather at the front of this race on the... I'm sorry, not Kisenweather. Susi at the front of this race. On the top side, Matt Vorndren, Randall Payne also involved. Just as we were talking about the 91, the curse of the commentator kicks in. Let's see if we can go to the sky and see what happened to Randy Payne. Run this back. I'm not sure if Randall just decided to bounce off the wall. Still green so far. Haven't missed anything yet. And it's Santiago, Angel Santiago in the number 90 as well. Was it net code? You see plenty of daylight between them. And not the race he wanted. Susi still leading, 22 of 82 laps complete. Underway, I'm sorry, we're about to complete 22 laps. The 17 of Zach Meredith looking high, looking low. These are the drivers that need to get in. Elias Flores, who, as far as I can see, is not in this race. He might not make that cut. Callie Height needs to get in. Olivia Pereira, not in this race. Jeremy Brio sits third. 41 markers off that cut. Steven Oberstadt came into this race +9. He's been involved in an accident. He's running in 27th right now, just trying to ride out the rest of the stage. So far, so good at the front. Looks like we got some back markers here as well, just trying to stay relevant as well. Hopefully, not going to go a lap down. Austin Mongold in that 33, in the 33rd position in car number 29. He's got the 43 of Dean Clavitt behind him. Quick flash back to Chelsea Carter. In the 23, she's trying to stay off the wall. Angel Santiago also trying to stay off the wall. He's slow. Hopefully no contact. The 23 will not let up. They'll go 4 wide out of turn number 2. Dangerous move by the 23 of Chelsea Carter, but she just made it stick. That's a much braver move than I would have made. I would have backed off, but she said, no way. We'll make it 4 wide. And they make it through. Josh Stoltz giving me a fright in the 95. I thought he was about to crash up there. He's side by side with Steven Oberstadt, who was involved in that last accident. The number 97 of Tucker Sawyer. He's going to make it 3 wide as the stage ends. Caution will come out. Let's have another look. Zach Meredith. Looks like he just had a hand in that yellow flag there. How about trying to make the run to the outside? Zach Meredith just beats Josh Susi to the line. One more look. Check this out. All right, we'll slow this down here. One last push. You're going to see the 17, Zach Meredith, just beat Susi to the line to win stage number 1. So we'll see who comes in. We'll see who does not. We're going to take a short break here. We're going to fix a couple of things, and we're going to get moving again. Another 25-lap stage coming up. Don't go anywhere. We'll be back with the Coulter Cars 400 in just a moment. right, back to racing. 25 successful, but albeit a little chaotic laps completed at Talladega. And this second stage going to go all the way to lap 50. Jeremy Brio has control of the field with Mark Kisenweather to his outside. Zach Meredith, Callie Height in row number 2. Height continues to blink. We'll see if that affects how she runs in this second stage. Zach Meredith winning that first stage by absolute inches. David Smeal in the 5-4. Kevin Feemster in the 7-1. Feemster needs a great finish to get to the next stage, of the playoffs. Jeremy Brio with control of the field as the green flag comes out, and we are racing again at Talladega. Brio with control of the field and a snaking Zach Meredith behind him. David Smeal in third, Lily Sharp in fourth, and here we go. They start to fan out. Tommy Reynolds now taking the third lane as the cars spark along the ground at Talladega. Apperson, will he be stuck in the middle? Will he go top side? The number 95 of Stoltz now to the inside of Tommy Reynolds. They'll fight for position. And Josh Stoltz will use that middle lane to march forward. Zach Meredith in the 1-7 sitting in the second position. Let's go on board with Zach. 31 laps about to be complete. Jeremy Brio getting a very hard shove from Zach Meredith down that back straight. Eli Sasek in the number 9 Red Wings Camry on the inside line. He sits behind the number 98 of Brady Smith. And you would call those teammates, both racing for the Ascent team. They're going to try their hardest to draft through this field, but it really is just going to be hurry up and wait for the next 18 laps, and you hope that there's not a crash between them. Blake Galloway. One side says Eagles, another side says Steelers. Wonder how a couple other people might feel about that. I said Olivia Pereira wasn't in this race. I was dead wrong, by the way. She's in the 96. She sits behind the number 20 of Hunter Peach. Those two Camrys are going to link up. Man, these cars are really starting to jostle. Josh Arnold in the number 12, shaking left and right behind the 87 car. You had to keep an eye out, hoping he wasn't about to turn sideways. Oh, how about that for getting stacked up? The 87, the 12, the 4. Everybody now trying to scatter around Josh Arnold, who got held up, no fault of his own. I don't know if Callie Height checked up because of the blink. Drivers still trying to stay out of the way. The 97 of Tucker Sawyer trying to stay off the wall. The 2-5, the Atlanta Falcons car. Blake Henderson trying to avoid that one. That could have gotten ugly. Man, that was close. Sun shines after a very tense moment. Tommy Reynolds escapes on the high side. He's trying to make the high line work. He's going to tuck right back in behind the 83 of Bren Roberts. See if we can get another look. Did Callie Height blink, causing everybody to check up? Let's run this one back. No, not yet, but just Maybe Height was just slow off turn number 2, but watch the consequence of this. Everybody in turn has to check up to avoid getting into Height. And Arnold and everybody survives, thankfully. And at the front, Jeremy Brio has not felt a thing. He still leads with 15 and a half laps remaining in stage number 2. Everybody came down on lap 27, so there's enough fuel to make it to the end of the second stage. But will they need it? Gary Donaldson in the number 22 Florida Seminoles Ford Mustang. Will he be the wrench thrown into this chaotic machine? No, is the emphatic answer. Gary stays well out of the way, and everybody stays well clear of Gary. Randall Payne involved in that last crash as sparks fly amongst all of these race cars. So far, so good. No problem from Randy. And now here they go, 3 wide. Hopefully everybody stays out of the way. The 21, the 25, getting up into that 60 car of Byron Jones. Will they survive? No, they won't. There's a crash. Cars going sideways. It looks like the 38's involved. That is Ross Baxter. The 8 of Tommy Reynolds has crashed as well. Caution's going to come out on lap 35. 15 to go before the end of stage 2. And we know Ross Baxter wasn't the only car to get involved. Let's see what happened to car 38. Oh, by here it's way too late. Let's run this one back. Did the 38 check up? Did the 20 not know where to go? This may start with Josh Arnold. I'm not sure. There might have been contact between Josh Arnold in the 12 and Hunter Peach in the 20. Let's run this one back again. Keep your eye on the Auburn 12. We'll see if there's any contact between him. We'll slow this one down and go to the sky. See if we can zoom in there on Josh Arnold. See if there's any sort of contact between the 12 and the 20. We'll see what's up. We have seen netcode as well. It may just have been netcode. Yeah, I think Arnold's trying to get to the inside of the 20. Now, I don't know if that's enough contact for Hunter Peach to get up into then the 38 of Ross Baxter, but by this time, too late. The Ford just escapes but gets a scratch. For the most part, I think everybody just sort of makes it through. Tommy Reynolds got involved. Let's see what happened to the 8 car. This is the Fulham machine. Just trying to back up. I think Chelsea Carter might have made contact there. The double 8 got involved as well. That's Patrick Oberstadt. Oh, the 23 just plows into the 8 car. Chelsea Carter going full speed into the number 8. Let's go on board with Chelsea Carter at this point. See if we can have a listen with Carter. This is Ross Baxter. Not a fun ride for Ross either. And let's back this one up. We're on board with Chelsea Carter now. Have another look. So the caution comes out for, what, the third time today. Jeremy Brio still in control of the field with lights on atop the pace car, so we're going to give them another moment to figure things out. We're going to figure things out on our end. Perfect time to grab a snack and a drink, don't you think? We'll be back in a moment. Lights are out atop the pace car, back at the Coulters Cards 400. Zach Meredith will start on the outside of the front row with Massachusetts' Jeremy Brio in control of the restart, and it's only 12 laps until the stage end. We'll see how this one turns out. I hope you're having fun. I'm having a good time. At any race at Talladega is a good time, hands down. Argue with the wall. It's a great time. Pace car peels off. Brio's got control. We'll see exactly what happens this time around. 38 laps about to be complete. We're going to lap number 50. Green flag will come out. We're racing again at Talladega. So far, so good into turn number 3. Zach Meredith will now take sole possession of the lead in front of Jeremy Brio. Lily Sharp running on the outside line, now leading ahead of the number 6 of Shad Swatsworth. 2 by 2, 20 cars deep. Ten laps to the stage end. Lily Sharp getting a huge push from Zach Meredith in that number 6, and here comes Eli Sasek in the Red Wings number 9. Car 24, Josh Susi, he wants to join this fight as well. Let's go on board with that 24. have a question for those that might know, especially about Susie's hometown. Is it Presque Isle or Presqu'Île? Because depending on who settled it, that's what you would call the town. If it was settled by the French or the English, it's the pronunciation, isn't it? Doesn't matter. Zach Meredith is leading this one still. Jeremy Brio's behind him, and Kisenweather sits in third. David Smeal Jr. now leading the top line with Lily Sharp behind him in that 1-9. Shad Swatsworth in the 6th, third on the outside line. No one really daring to make a huge move yet. There they go. Huge crash. 17's involved. It looks like the 96 got a piece of that one as well. Everyone trying not to scatter. Yellow flag will come out. Kevin Feemster in the 71, not the 17, forgive me. Ross Baxter will make it through. Olivia Pereira got involved in that crash. And the fourth caution of the race will come out on lap 42. Feemster just trying to make it back to the pits. I'm not sure if Kevin's been involved in a previous accident. He might be just trying to limp this back to the pits because he doesn't want to tow and he doesn't want to use a fast repair. Let's see what happens here. This is lap 43. Whoa. Oberstadt going well off the track, trying to avoid the crash. He will come up unharmed. Zach Apperson also goes off the racetrack, but this is well after the crash started, and Apperson gets a huge shunt from the double nine. Let's slow it down and go to the sky, see what happens. This is Pereira. It looks like she checks up as the 5 checks up as well. If we can run this back a second. And this is just a chain of events. I don't know that anybody did anything wrong here in particular, but they're just racing hard towards the end of the stage. And it's hard to react when you're bump drafting at 180 iRacing miles an hour, and that's what happens. That's part of the game. That's why we love it, though. Mark Kisenweather running in 6th. Jeremy Brio running in that first position in car 74. David Smeal in 2nd. Lily Sharp rolling in 3rd. Gary Donaldson will go the long way around the high side. We're going to let drivers do their thing. We're also going to do ours. We have, what, approximately 5 laps left in the stage? We'll take a short break and we'll come back when we go green. About to drop the green flag to end stage number 2, and we get 5 laps to do it. Green flag will come out. This is going to be so much fun to watch. Hold on for the next 5 laps. We're racing again. Great start by Brio in that 74, and it's all 2x2 behind him. Susie in the 24, Alfred Denny in the 21, already just heavy bump drafting. Drivers getting really up close and personal. Just trying to survive for the next 5 laps. Eli Sasek in the number 9 sits just behind Chad Swatsworth in that number 6. And this is what it looks like from that car. Caution is out again. We've had another crash. This time it's Josh Arnold in the 1-2. Let's see what happened to the Missouri, I was going to say Missouri, the Mississippi driver. That's going to end the stage, by the way. And they've already wrecked into turn number 1. Man, drivers just can't stay off each other. Looks like the 43 might have been involved here. Let's see what happened to Josh. Nowhere for the 12 to go. He actually probably got off real easy. Let's back this up. Was Gary Donaldson? Well, no, he didn't. He got a huge shunt there as well. I don't think Gary Donaldson would have been involved in this one, but who was the car that came up and just destroyed the 12? I'm not sure if the 12 just turned right into the 27 either. Let's go on board with Josh Arnold. No, definitely not. No, absolutely. You take a look at the hands. Josh Arnold was absolutely turning to the left there. The car just, he lost all control, and that thing just snapped to the right. Just overcorrected, I think, and nowhere for Arnold to go. But this definitely did not start with car number 12. We are well behind the mess here. Let's see if we can get another shot from our trusty blimp and see where this started. Ross Baxter just moving up through the field big time, and then you have the 43 coming up with a big head of steam behind him. Did Baxter check up? No, I think the 43, Dean Clavitt, just got net code from the 20 of Hunter Peach. Run this back and have a look. Keep your eye there. You're going to see daylight between the 43 and the 20. That's exactly what happened. Went back way too far. Yeah, let's just go to live pictures there. I have no idea what I'm doing here. Forgive me. Let's go back up to these live pictures where Zach Meredith is in the pits. Everybody's going to take their break after the caution. And it's what? It's an 82-lap race, so 50 laps are going to be completed under this caution. We're going to have just over 30 to go, or approximately 30-some to go when we take the green. Pacey Wygent being scored as the race leader. Chelsea Carter in second. Josh Stoltz in third. It is a Toyota 1-2-3. Ready to go, racing stage number 3. Going to kick off. Green flag is out with Pacey Wygant ahead of the field. Olivia Pereira behind him. And these two have taken off. Chelsea Carter behind him, Josh Stoltz in the 95 as well. Another quick look at that start. Nobody to the, I'm not sure if Chelsea Carter was to the inside of Pacey Wygant or what the idea was, but certainly the 23 choosing not to go. You see the other Toyotas checking up behind him, and now 5 Toyotas lined up on the inside line with Tommy Reynolds behind them. Zach Meredith says, fun's over. He's on the outside. He's got Mark Kisenweather behind him in the 2. Just out of nowhere, Zach Meredith says, that lead is mine. Just easily taking that lead, but he will not dive down to the inside. The 38 of Ross Baxter also behind them. And how about the 8-8 of Patrick Oberstadt? He got a piece of some crash earlier in this race. He's now up in the mix. Meredith leads, Kisenweather behind him, Pacey Wygant in 3rd, and the rest of the Toyotas back to Tommy Reynolds in the 14th position, by the way. That's how far behind Reynolds is. Let's go on board with car number 8. Remember the 38 of Ross Baxter being involved in one of those early wrecks? Well, how about Ross Baxter leading this race with the help of Patrick Oberstadt behind him in the 2nd position. Austin Mongol throws a very late block on Zach Meredith. 3-8, 8-8, 2-9, top 3. All Chevrolets on the podium positions. Zach Meredith now rides in that 4th spot. Let's ride along with Zach. Chad Swatsworth behind in the number 6. Mark Kisenweather, who started towards the front when we restarted this race. Still up 18 positions from where he started, now down to 6th. Pacey Wygant with a big gap behind. How about Richard Ode? The number 78 Bass Pro Camry. He's moved his way into the top 10. Tommy Reynolds, who was ever so slightly involved in that brief accident. He's lined up with Matt Vorndren. They're now going to race together down the back straight. Here come the bow ties, nose to tail. They're going to bump draft each other all the way down the back straight and challenge Baxter's lead. Get your quarters. 25 laps to go when they cross the line. Jeremy Brio running his personal best, 49.54. Again, lap times mean absolutely nothing. By the way, shout out Carmen Sienna. I'm sitting in her seat, and hopefully I'm not stinking up the joint too bad. She's at home getting some rest, feeling better. We'll see her back soon. Patrick Oberstadt now on the outside of Ross Baxter, trying to get a big push from Matt Vorndren in the 81. Let's go on board. And everybody else trying to take him on. Vorndren running in second. Tommy Reynolds sitting in that third position. Jeremy Brio behind them. Brent Roberts in the 83. He's up 11 places from where he started, and it's still a long way to go from here. Drivers coming down into the pits. Is that Pacey Wygent? It is. They were gambling on a caution coming out, and all these Toyotas have to come in. Olivia Pereira going to do a big Tokyo drift in her Toyota Camry. All the Toyotas now headed into the pits, and if there is a late race caution, they may benefit. They can go to the end from here, certainly. Most other drivers cannot. They have to save fuel to go to the end. Drivers can go approximately 30 laps on a tank of fuel. They all pitted on lap 49. Patrick Oberstadt still leads with the 81 behind him. They're going to try and push him all the way to the pits. They got to come in sometime. We'll see just how far they make it. 22 laps to go. Oberstadt, Vorndren, Reynolds, your top three. The top 18 drivers separated by 1 second. Jeremy Brio trying to at least stay within 1 second of the lead. He almost lost his lunch down the back straight. Everyone just, this is the calm before the storm, isn't it? Everybody knows they have a pit stop. They're just riding. They're just waiting it out, letting the laps count down, because they know at some point they have to come in. When is that some point? I don't know, but the majority of these drivers just can't make it on fuel. If you just tuned in, it's been a caution-filled affair. I think 3 cautions came out in that second stage, quite a bit. A couple caused by net code, unfortunately. Some just caused by good old bump drafting. Jason Scott on the outside in the Winnipeg Jets Toyota Camry. He's going to stay well out of everybody's way while the cavalry slides on by. At the front, it's still a waiting game. Patrick Oberstadt in the 88. Coming to 19 laps to go. Matt Vorndren sits comfortably behind him, and Tommy Reynolds in third, trying to bring Cody Pennell's Fulham Football Club Chevrolet to victory lane. Brio in second, Brent Roberts in third, single file, 13 cars deep. The blinking Callie Height and Alfred Denny will now fall into line. That's going to put Kevin Gibney Jr., the only car without a draft partner. But look at him. He's trying to side draft his way through the field. Let's go on board with Kev. I want to know if his hometown, Revere, Massachusetts, is named after Paul Revere, because that is pretty cool. 31, 21, 25. How about the NFL cars lined up nose to tail? Patriots, Packers, Falcons. '78 of Ode the Third. What do you call him? OD3. All right, never mind. Number 5 of Blake Calloway is going to break ahead. All the NFL cars are starting to bunch together. Mark Kisenweather's in the 11th position. Josh Arnold not going anywhere now because the NFL cars plus the Bass Pro of OD3 are now trying to make a 4-way train up to the front of this field. Are they side drafting everybody? Flying around Zach Meredith, Austin Mongold, and the 38 car of Ross Baxter is next on their list. "17 laps to go in this race. Patrick Oberstadt leads. Matt Vorndren in second. They have to save approximately 3 laps of fuel to go the distance. You remember that 4-car train making their way to the front? Well, they've done it. They've side drafted their way, and they picked up Callie Height as well. How about the 78? Richard Ode now to the front. Kevin Gibney Jr. in the second position. Patrick Oberstadt still on the inside, and there's just not enough room to cut to the inside. Car 31, Gibney Jr. doing it himself. 21 of Alfred Denny behind him, and how about Blake Henderson in car 25? They're trying to now go to the front. Let's go on board with Vorndren in car 81. Gibney Jr. continues to lead. 14 laps to go next time by, and when will they blink? Now, all the Toyotas that pitted, Tucker Sawyer, Olivia Pereira, Randall Payne, Josh Stoltz, they're sitting good. Because no matter what happens, if a caution comes out, they don't have to pit. They're good for a couple of green-white checkers. Tires, not the biggest commodity at a plate track. If a caution doesn't come out, well, they may very well be in a class of their own, but it depends on how fast they're going now. Reminder, they're a lap down. Also just realized we haven't put the split up here since I think stage 1. I'm so sorry if you haven't been able to catch your favorite driver on the scoring pylon. Lucky number 13 laps to go next time by. baker's dozen remains. 69 laps underway at the Talladega Superspeedway. Jeremy Brio sitting in that 6th position. Bren Roberts up 9 places from where he started. Alfred Denny up 29 places from where he started. Kevin Gibney Jr. up 38 places from where he started this race. Ode rides in the 2nd position. Oberstadt sits in 3rd. Matt Vorndren in 4th. Tommy Reynolds rounding out position number 5. 11 to go the next time they cross the line. Still a waiting game at the front. If they have enough fuel to make it, great, but will they risk it? Kevin Gibney Jr. has also been doing all the heavy lifting. Does Richard Ode have enough fuel to go that distance, saving the fuel that he's been saving? What about drivers all the way in the back, like Ross Baxter? The 27 of Bailey Thompson, right ahead of Josh Arnold as well. You see that bump drafting, though. Drivers might be getting anxious. Will the caution benefit? Will the caution not benefit? What about the Toyota drivers who are a lap off the pace? Everybody's still single file. You can taste just the anticipation in the air. You can taste just that tension. This is the crunch time. Coming to 10 laps to go at Talladega. Callie Height with a blink in the middle of the pack. That's been her MO all race long. Kevin Feemster, who was involved in a huge crash in the Tin Cap 71. He's now trying to muscle his way through. 1:0 to go. 9 at the line. Next time by. Josh Arnold to the front with help from Blake Galloway in that number 5. Dean Clavitt in the 43. He was involved in that caution because of net code, thanks to Hunter Peach. And the 12 and the 5, Auburn, Eagles, and Steelers will go to the front. 9 to go. Katie Katz in the chat says, go Callie, she's my pick. Callie Height running 14th right now. Josh Arnold running away with this one, but Blake Galloway will get a big run on him. Will they bump draft together? They will. Arnold, Galloway, Clavitt, Kevin Gibney Jr. He needs to save fuel desperately. He's been leading the majority of this stage. Will they all come down for fuel? They stay out. 8 circuits remain. Josh Arnold trying to take Shad Swatsworth with him. 2 Camrys now linking up, and they will bump draft together. Swatsworth says nope. I'll take the lead myself. 6 to the inside. Josh Arnold stuck without a drafting partner. Has he been left out to dry? No, he'll sneak right in. Blake Galloway gives him the space. Josh Arnold now stuck behind Shad Swatsworth, who will go to the top side. Maybe Shad doesn't want to lead. Maybe he needs to save fuel. Here comes Mongold. Here comes Byron Jones. They're going to go 3 wide. Will they survive? Austin Mongold leads at Talladega with 7 laps to go. Mongold last pitted on lap 49. He's up 28 places from where he started. Byron Jones, Josh Arnold running second and third on the inside line, but how about the top side? Josh Susie in his college football Camry. He's got a big push from Smeal in the 54. 6 to go, this time by. Mongold leads, but how will he defend? He threw a late block on Zach Meredith earlier in this race. Luckily, it did not come at the cost of a caution. Will they be so fortunate this time? 6 to go. Will they have enough fuel is the question. Mark Kisenweather in the number 2. He's going to lead the inside line with Shad Swatsworth behind him. Jeremy Brio, he's got no choice but to push. 5 to go. Nobody knows if they've got enough gas to make it, but they know they're going to go as hard as they can. The number 24, Josh Susie, with help. Hunter Peach in the number 23rd in line. How about the 1-9 of Lily Sharp in the Toulouse FC Camry? She's got the 3-3 of Dale Markowski behind her. Mongold still in the front so far, but Susie now looks to the inside. He's got a head full of steam. Will Jones help defend? We all know how this one's going to end. But on what lap? One car coming in for fuel. It's the 31, Kevin Gibney Jr. I think he's pushed too much and he just doesn't have the fuel to make it, but it might benefit him if a caution comes out in the next few moments. Josh Susie, new leader at Talladega. 3 to go next time by. It's Susie, Kisenweather, Swatsworth, top line. Swats to the bottom. Kisenweather, there goes Susie, and a link block from the 24. Leaders involved. 3, 4, 5 cars involved. Tommy Reynolds involved. Everybody blinking. And no caution. No caution coming out. Austin Mongold leading. Byron Jones in second. Josh Arnold in third. And now the yellow flag finally comes out. No, it does come out. I was not paying attention. I was really weirded out for a second. But no, everything is normal. We're fine. No, you knew that was going to happen. Josh Arnold in the 12. No, this is well behind. I'm sorry. Let's go to Josh Susie here. Lap 79. And they crashed so hard that they all started blinking like rave music. Let's have another look with the 24. So I honestly think this may have been triggered by Shad Swatsworth. We'll go to the sky again and have a look. The 6 will take the early dive to the inside, as he should have. Back this up here. And have a look. Kisenweather is going to follow Swats' move. Swats goes to the inside. Kisenweather then, and Susie, a day late and $1 short. Austin Mongold barely avoided that one. Steven Oberstadt also got involved. Can we get a look at this from Austin Mongold's point of view? Maybe. This is well after the crash here. How about this for Austin Mongold? Just squeezing by. Just squeezing by. Did he actually make contact with Susie? That's my question. We'll slow it down and get on board with Mongold. I want to see if there was any contact at all. This might be a cold trickle move of the race here. Watch this. Just missed him. He just missed him. Back this one up. Let's get real up close and personal. Did Mongold just miss this one? Do we have the rear chase cam available? Run that back for me. One more look. Did Mongold get away? Keep your eye on that right front corner. I think there was contact. I think there was the slightest contact. We're going to figure this out. We're going to figure this out here. If there's no contact, that's definitely a cold trickle move of the race. We just got to get a better angle here. We can't see from this one. I think he did get to him because you see the rotation of the 24 just stop for a moment. Get one closer look here with Mongold. There's contact. There's just the slightest contact. That's as close as you can get to a cold trickle move of the race without actually getting it. By the way, shout out Race Affinity Plus, who was rating with a party of 13 earlier. Didn't even catch that. So shout out to them. Shout out to the other folks in the chat as well. Ferret Man. And I think that's Josh Gaiman as well. So this will be a green-white checker. 82 laps was the scheduled distance. Josh Arnold will have control of the field when we go green again. Whenever that is. It'll be next lap. We're going to take a short break. We're going to take a break, and I laugh because I really don't think this is going to be our first and only green-white checkered attempt, but we're going to find out. We're going to do this together. Everybody grab a snack, grab a zesty beverage, and buckle up. This is going to be awesome. 2 laps to go when we come back. I'm not sure why, but suddenly fog has befallen the racetrack, and we've gone from Talladega, Alabama to the Midlands of England on a cold morning. Arnold Markowski, they'll have control of the field. Dean Clavitt up 25 places from where he started. He will also be in the mix as well. Brady Smith, Pacey Wygen, Josh Stoltz, Richard Ode, Sawyer, Payne, Pereira. Your top 10 But will they make it back? Over under, how many laps? Put it in the chat. Green flag is out. 2 laps to make it. Let's go racing. Great start by Josh Arnold. Dean Klavitz in the second position. He's gained 26 places from where he started this race. Pacey Wygen in the 00, that pink machine. Third in line has Richard Ode behind him and Brady Smith. Everybody's getting up to speed. Further on back, already 2 and 3 wide. The NFL cars on the outside. That's the 21 of Alfred Denny. The 25 of Blake Henderson will go with him, and the 31 of Kevin Gibney Jr. How about the 5 now moving up? Everybody sparking. No time to wait. Caution is out. They will not make it back. And I don't see where anybody has crashed. Was it Jones in the 60? No apparent cars that have crashed in the back, apparently, but caution's out. That's okay. Oh, the 90 car. Angel Santiago out of nowhere goes for a huge spin by themselves. Let's see if we can have a listen with Angel. Let's go on board with the 90. Listen to this. There has to be some sort of netcode or one car that blinks because the 90 just disappears into thin air and hasn't run since. This has now become the foggiest Talladega race I've ever seen in my entire life. This is wild. And it's going to be our 7th caution and our 2nd green-white checkered attempt. Most cars are going to come down pit road. Is it going to rain? Why is it so foggy? Say most cars. That's actually a flat-out lie. Josh Arnold comes in. Dale Markowski comes in. Brady Smith comes in. Not sure if they had enough fuel to make it to the end there, and this is probably them just... well, no, everybody pitted well before this as well. No idea. But that's going to put Pacey Wygen back at the front of the field. Richard Ode's in that 2nd position, and Josh Stoltz is in 3rd. We're going to take a short break and see if we're going to need an umbrella or some headlights with how foggy it is. 2nd green-white checkered attempt coming up. Don't go anywhere. It has become so foggy that the pace car is now illuminating the walls as it passes by when the lights are on, and this is how we're going to finish this race. 2 laps to go. Pacey Wygen has control of the field, and let me apologize profusely because I've been saying the wrong name for this entire race. It's Richard Odie, and I've been calling him Ode like an idiot this whole time, so my apologies, Rich. Let's see what he can do in the last 2 laps. Maybe he can redeem my mistakes. Pacey Wygen will have control as the flag flies. The 78 gets a great start as well. All the Toyotas strung up together. Remember, they pitted before the rest of the field. Randall Payne now gives a big push to Richard Odie. White flag next time by. Barely see anything, and there's already a crash. The 81 of Vorndren's gone in the wall. We stay green, though. Everybody's going through. Here comes the 43 of Dean Clavitt. He's going to get back into line. Pacey Wygen, Josh Stoltz, Richard Odie, 1, 2, 3. Randall Payne in the 91, now 4th in line. The 97 car of Tucker Sawyer, 5th in line. Will bump drafting decide the end of this one? Odie to the outside. White flag this time by, presented by the Southern Cleaning Company. Who makes it back for the win? 3-4 wide behind them. Here comes the top side with Lily Pelletier Sharp. The number 4, Zach Apperson, now leading that outside line. He needs a big shove from Denny in the 21. Wygen needs a big push from Stoltz. Will Stoltz go for the win? Odie to the outside. He's got Apperson behind him. They haven't crashed yet, but will they make it green to the line? Odie up the middle with Apperson behind him. Sharp on the high side. Wygen, how will he defend out of 4? 3 wide for the win. Odie with a bumper full of Apperson. YG wiggling. How will they make it down to the line? They're crashing behind him. There goes Odie. Will it be Apperson now coming through? It's going to be Lily Pelletier Sharp. It's Zach Apperson. Apperson wins at Talladega after a last lap crash through the tri-oval. Pacey Wygen in 2nd. Lily Pelletier Sharp in 3rd unofficially. And the Tar Heels Ford of Zach Apperson unofficially crosses the line in 1st. Everybody wrecks. All the cars go insane. Apperson with the win in true Talladega fashion. How about that? Congratulations from drivers all over the place. Let's take this nice and slow here. Here's Richard Odie, who's about to go off the racetrack. Zach Apperson trying to urge him to the win. Let's see if we can go on board with Zach and watch how this ended up for him. Well, no, we can't. The North Carolinian will blink his way to victory. There's Odie. He's going to go for a fun spill. Everybody's about to go haywire around him. So we can at least watch this from Pacey Wygen's point of view. Let's go back. At least Pacey stayed stable enough. Watch this. Zach Apperson blinking his way to the line. Pacey Wygen getting turned at the end. And how about that for a big finish and appropriately parked on the start-finish line. So we're going to have Zach, Pacey, and Lily Sharp on the podium in just a moment. Don't go anywhere. We'll have your podium. on the podium with our top three after a stellar final lap at Talladega. Let's talk to our French pilot, Lily Pelletier Sharp. Sensational run. Did you think you had a shot to win it when the white flag came out?
Have one of the best pushers and pushing teams out there in the league. Just if Smeal didn't get turned off a 4, I think we have the run to go. Just the momentum up the top was unreal.
Sensational race. Great job at the end. And then next week at Michigan, looking at the points headed into this race, it's been a great drive so far for you. Do you find yourself with a great shot to make the playoffs?
Yeah, I gotta capitalize on these races that I'm here first. There's a chance that I'm missing 2 due to extra activities out of the country that I'm doing. So I gotta grab all the points I can, try and get a win when I can to try and either make that wild card or the playoff spot. And we almost did it tonight, but great points still.
Congratulations on third. Let's talk to our silver medalist, Pacey Wygen, 9th in the points coming into this race. And with that last lap there, did you have a shot to get around Zach Apperson? From my point of view, everything went haywire, but it looked like there just wasn't any room to make that move at the end.
No, there was real no shot of being able to actively get back in front of Zach there. I could have blocked him on the back. I didn't feel like it was smart enough. My teammates all so I just stuck with the teammates, and whatever happened. I was actually expecting to get wrecked coming to the line, so the fact that we brought it home P2 after a really ballsy strategy call kind of feels nice.
Headed into next week at Michigan, you're looking to go one better. Do you fancy yourself at that track?
I love Michigan, especially since the update, it's all about aero blocking. Leader has a massive advantage there, so yeah, we're going to try keeping her up front and seeing what we can do.
Congratulations on second. Let's talk to the man of the hour. After 99 starts, racing all 7 seasons of HTL since day 1 on NASCAR Heat 5 so many years ago, Zach Apperson gets his first win in thrilling fashion. Zach, congratulations on the dub.
I appreciate it. Yeah, it's crazy. I've been here for so long, finally got one in.
And I mean, when the race started, there's 40 cars. It genuinely takes a huge feat to be able to get the victory. You gained 22 places to get that victory. Did you think that was possible some 2 hours ago?
Just a little bit more than other tracks, just because second here was like my best finish, closest to getting a win here. So I felt like if there really was a chance, it was here. But honestly, with just how things can change and how quickly you could move from the front to the back, I not really for sure could say that I was going to win.
Well, now you got to go for 2 in a row, man. Next week at Michigan. What do you think?
Yeah, got the momentum. I feel like if put in some work, I can definitely keep it rolling.
Well, we'll look for you next week, man. Congratulations on the win. Enjoy it. Celebrate it. Now you got to go do it again 7 days.
Thank you.
Fans at home, thank you so much for tuning in. That was an incredible race, and I'm so lucky to be a part of this privileged series. I know Blake and I have been trying to work together for years, and we finally got to put that together. To Carmen, Sienna, watching from home, get well. We'll see you very, very soon. You got 7 days. We're going to see you at the Michigan 400, and normal service will resume. To everybody else who watched, thank you for putting up with me, and thank you for putting up with my shenanigans and my silliness while I take full advantage of the privilege that it is to broadcast the HTL series. Until that next race, everybody stay safe, take care of each other. We'll see you all around the corner.